One of the things that I love to remind people, no matter where I travel, is that there's a misogyny spectrum. So it's because I think some people falsely think that we're post-feminist or post-racist, and I always remind them we're not post any of those things. And so another thing that I do in my talks is remind people that that spectrum of misogyny connects us regardless of where we live. Our countries are on different points along that spectrum. So here I talked about First Nation women who for years now their murders have gone unreported and uninvestigated, and the importance of paying attention to especially groups who are usually marginalized or ignored. And I connect that to fights against domestic violence and against any kind of violence against women in the Middle East and North Africa. And I connect that again to something like the Black Lives Matter movement in the United States, which I believe is a revolution, but how it focuses on violence against Black women and not just violence against Black men, because again, women are often the ones whose plight is ignored the most. So I think it's important for us to remember that feminism is necessary everywhere, including today. And even in a country like Canada, where, you know, under the premiership of Justin Trudeau, and you have, 50% representation for women, a lot of people, I think, would feel comfortable and say, well, that's it. But when you talk about economic parity and when you talk about political parity generally, there's still a long way to go. And when you talk about things that affect women globally, like domestic violence and sexual violence, these are things that connect us everywhere. So I think it's very important not to feel comfortable and not to feel complacent. And it's one of the things that I do in my talk, make people uncomfortable and remind them that complacency is dangerous.